And most of us, during pandemic, are just at home, online, browsing the internet, looking for opportunities to make money because most of the businesses or work are closed, right? Hi everyone. GM. That's what we used to call or used to greet everyone in crypto, in Web3, in blockchain. But let me ask you a question. Since I got curious a while ago with a conversation with my seatmate, um, who among you here heard about the word crypto or blockchain? Can you raise your hand? All right, so there's a lot. Have you watched the video before, even in this event? Not yet. So I got curious because most people will say crypto is about gambling, trading, and anything that is about money and investment. So my question to you, would it be okay to talk about money? Can we talk about money today? All right. I'm not a trader. I'm not a crypto trader. I do play games, but when I play a game, I make sure that my time spent is equated to certain amount of like reward or money. That's why I discovered that game because I was so curious. During pandemic, Filipinos are making centavos. And most of us, during pandemic, are just at home, online, browsing the internet, looking for opportunities to make money because most of the businesses or work are closed, right? So let me share to you my story, my experience, because I know for sure you will ask or you're asking, where's the $1,000,000, right? Where's the $1,000,000? Let me share to you what I learned on how I handled my finances during these times of revolution, which is blockchain technology. So according to Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, there are 36 million Filipinos that are unbanked or underbanked. Underbanked means they don't have enough access or let's say amount of money to invest into financial services or financial products. How many of you here have a bank account? So imagine there are 36 million Filipinos that doesn't have a bank account. How many of you here are forced to use digital wallet during pandemic? And until now are enjoying the convenience and the access that it provides because you don't need to line up in banks for 2 hours, 3 hours, right? So imagine sending money from abroad to the Philippines if you're an OFW, real time, in less than a minute, your family members will receive that money and then they can actually use it to buy products and services. So what underbanked or unbanks are facing challenges right now? There are number one, lack of access to credit. So it's really hard to provide documents or let's say provide collateral and even access to banks or financial institutions that will lend you money. Number two, limited savings options because they don't have any technical know-how to go to a bank, submit their documents, or even having a hard time understanding the concept of banking. Number three, no access to insurance. So I met some people here in bank assurance. Number four, limited access to financial services, in which is if I didn't discover blockchain, I wouldn't have a chance to grow my money using that technology aside from putting it in the bank. Number five, exclusion from the formal economy. Financial inclusion is very important because you're giving access and affordability to Filipinos that doesn't have this, access to internet, to banking, to technology. But with the blockchain technology, as long as you have internet, you can access it. So what is DeFi? I'm not defying bank. This is another option for someone who wants to grow their money regardless of the amount So if you have $10, that's okay. If you have 10 pesos, that's also okay. DeFi is a new and rapidly growing financial ecosystem. So take note of the word blockchain technology, uses blockchain technology, decentralized, open source protocols. Do you know what happens when there's a transaction when you send money from bank to bank? You don't have any idea, right? You just have to press this, send this to this amount. But you don't see what's really happening behind those transactions. Crypto or blockchain is open source, which is you can trace those transactions, enabling anyone with an internet connection to access financial services. Right now, you have Play Store, you have App Store. All these apps can be downloaded. If you want to access these platforms, can be downloaded using a MetaMask wallet or a crypto wallet. Okay, so what's the difference about DeFi and traditional finance? In traditional finance or centralized finance, when you send money, you go to a bank or to Palawan or GCash or Maya. Those are the digital wallets right now. And then the receiver will receive it using, of course, we withdraw sa bank and then get his money. But before that, you have to submit IDs, right? Proof of identification, KYC, before you even get your money. What if you have a family abroad and you're sending remittances? So you really need to provide documents just to prove that you're legitimate, that you are a real person, and you're not transacting with any illegal activities. So that's how it works with centralized finance. In decentralized finance, sender, for example, you're sending money to me or to your family members, using DeFi or smart contracts. Smart contracts are codes. Basically, you don't need centralized entity like banks and other institutions to do the transactions for you. It's like just sending a text. You're sending this amount of tokens or amount of money or dollars using blockchain, and then real time, you will see what's happening with the transaction, the status. Now, if you send like, for example, 50,000+ pesos bank to bank, you will use PesoNet or InstaPay. It will take you how much time? For example, with PesoNet, more than 50,000, it will take you around 4 or 5 hours or the next banking day, right? Before to clear, they need to clear your transaction. With InstaPay, it's instant, but you have to pay 15 pesos, right? Imagine sending $1 million to the Philippines with less than a fraction of a dollar of a transaction fee. Later, I'll show you the use cases. So, transparent, easy, accessible. These are the differences, some of the differences of centralized and decentralized finance. Custodian, which means you need central authority to handle your money, your finances, which is banks, digital wallets. Right now, there's a competition with digital wallets or neon banks right now that are providing higher interest with your money. But unfortunately, there's a cap. You can earn 4% yield in a year as long as maximum 400,000 pesos, right? With decentralized, it's self-custody, which means you need to handle your own assets, security, protection, and everything. So that's why there's a bank and you're paying them to protect your money, but you're not actually earning from the bank. Imagine depositing $1 million in the bank, how much interest you will earn from that bank? Very little, right? In centralized, there's KYC. Of course, regulatory requirements. You need to provide ID, identification to avoid money laundering and other illegal activities. With decentralized, it's KYC free. Like what I said, just download the app, save the seed phrase, keep those words or password to yourself, and then you can actually access all these financial services platforms and participate in decentralized finance. So KYC compliant, centralized, this is what most Filipinos are having a hard time to provide their IDs, their signatures. Most of them, I've met a lot of them in the province, they're using thumb mark just to approve or sign. And then it requires permission. How many of you here fill out a withdrawal form to get out your money? Most of us, right? From the banks. In Decentralized, there's no permission. It's permissionless. It's all about you making the transaction. No one else. Let's say 10,000 pesos. And then I can borrow 50% collateral from that 10,000 pesos. And that 10,000 pesos collateral, the loan will repay itself. So I can use that 5,000 pesos, the 50% collateral, to use whatever I want with that money. And then I will forget my 10,000 there because I already got the 5,000, so there's already 5,000 dun sa bank. The 5,000 will yield interest until such time it repays your loan. The good thing about it, you can always withdraw your money anytime. You can repay your loan anytime. You can also liquidate your loan anytime. Which means you have the control of your money. If you want to withdraw your money, that's okay. So you can spend and then just wait for your money to repay itself. So 10,000, I borrow 5,000. If you want to get the other 5,000, just liquidate. If you want to repay your loan, then just pay your loan, 5,000. If you want to wait and let your money work for you, then let your loan repay itself. So you're yielding money. And all of these transactions are very transparent. You can see where the platform uses your money to yield interest. I don't think the bank will tell you where they are using your money, right? It's a secret. So let me share to you this. You have the economic freedom to be your own bank. So this is what I promote. This is my advocacy, to be your own bank, to handle your finances and learn how to secure it and grow it. I'll show you some examples of how we use crypto or blockchain when we raise $1.5 million of fund to support Odette victims, which is I am a Odette victim. The video was shot a week after Odette in Cebu. So imagine we're all devastated but we raised $1.5 million. So transparency, accessibility, and security, ito yung ethos. These are the ethos of blockchain. Are the keys to a decentralized finance. Let me show this to you really quick. Odette relief operations last 2021. So my organization is YGG Pilipinas. So we provided $1.5 million to a lot of organizations. We shared those money to those organizations. Where does the money came from? From the people who are using decentralized finance all over the world. So these people sent money to the Philippines to provide support to locals. So we donated a lot of money to different organizations and to a lot of families. To count, we have almost 3,500 plus households that we gave 10,000 pesos each per family. So if you want to learn more about decentralized finance, you can message me or just reach out to me. Again, congratulations to Breakthrough Leadership, and thank you for the opportunity to share my story.